Robin Gillum from Thiel Audio, and I'll just be asking some questions about the Thiel 3.7 speaker. Robin, can you tell me some of the technologies that are involved in the very unusual drivers that you're using?
Yes, the 3.7 is our flagship model. It's a three-way loudspeaker with a bass reflex passive radiator. Some of the driver technology is the new star driver cone pattern that we're using to give a much more rigid cone to reduce unwanted distortions and things that are in the drivers. We also use a large voice coil. We use a short coil, long gap motor system, which makes the drivers very efficient.
So the coil's always within the magnetic.
That's correct. Right? That's correct. Some of the other things include aluminum baskets. We use machined aluminum baskets, which reduce unwanted vibrations in the baskets. That's basically the technology that's in the drivers.
The concentric driver is very interesting as well.
Yes, the coaxial driver?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a 3.5-inch mid-range with a 1-inch tweeter in the center. We have a distinct pattern that we've used to mold the cone in, which is very rigid, which reduces flexibility, which reduces unwanted vibrations and distortions.
Now, the crossover point between the tweeter and the mid-range within the coaxial driver, is that a natural crossover like in the 2.3? Or?
No, sir, it's not a mechanical crossover. It actually has a section in the crossover board.
Oh, okay.
It is two individual drivers, the mid-range and the tweeter.
Sure, okay. Also, another unusual feature is the aluminium head on top of the speaker.
Yes, that is a cast aluminum top, very rigid. It is part of the cabinet for the coaxial in the top, and it makes a very nice rigid cabinet to reduce unwanted cabinet vibrations, which cause colorations to the music.
And does Thiel manufacture all the drivers?
No, we don't. We have designed the drivers from the ground up, and we have those produced outside for us.
Oh, I see. Within the States or overseas?
Overseas.
Right, okay. Yes. All right, what else can you tell us about any technologies involved?
Well, the cabinet is it's designed with 19-ply plywood on the walls and completely braced on the inside, which give a very rigid cabinet, which, like I said before, as the top reduces cabinet vibrations and unwanted colorations, which improves the imaging.
Sure. How are the panels curved? Because I know that plywood isn't that easy to curve and maintain that sort of shape.
That's correct. We take sheets of veneer and we stack them up 9 plies thick, somewhere in the neighborhood of 22 to 23 millimeters thick, and then we put them in a big press. They are electrically cured.
Okay.
Put them in a big press. They're shot down, and the electric signals sent through the wooden panel from one tip to the other, which cures it almost instantly. It just takes a few minutes, and you've got extremely rigid panels.
Okay.
Once the panels have been formed, we take them back to the shop. We machine them. We machine them off. Then we put the veneer on the front, and then we machine them again.
Sure. This is probably a little bit of a tough question, but how is the company looking forward after Jim's passing?
Well, Jim left us with a lot of documentation, and we're currently in the process of training several engineers to try to give them the philosophy that Jim had in order to make them better engineers for Thiel.
Sure.
We have several people working on some drivers. We're looking really forward to this year. We've got the new CS4T, which we're demoing at CES this year. We're working hard on a 6.5-inch woofer that's going to be used in our new 1.7, which is underway in design as well. That 6.5-inch woofer will also be incorporated into an MCS 1.2, and then we're going to turn that driver into a lower mid-range unit for a larger model than the 3.7, which is in the works as the model 7.3.
Oh, okay. Is the 7.2 not available anymore? Or?
No, the 7.2 and the CS6 were discontinued when we came out with the 3.7.